Once approval workflows have been created, they are ready to be applied to individual learning objects or learning object types. The approval workflow applies to users requesting learning objects, to users requesting completion status of learning objects, or both. However, the approval workflow for training completion requests can only be applied to learning object types. The Default Approval Requirements page allows you to select default approval settings by learning object type within your portal. The Pre-Approved and Register Upon Approval boxes impact the availability screen for all learning objects within the learning object type. When new availability is set, administrators will see these options with or without the box checked. You can also select the default approval workflow and default completion approval workflow for each learning object type. It's imperative that you remember that the default approval workflow set here can be overridden at the individual learning object level in the course catalog. The system-generated template is the default workflow for all learning object types. This approval workflow is predefined in your portal and cannot be modified or deleted. In addition, any custom workflows that are created on the Approval Workflow Templates page will be available for you to select. This page allows you to manage external training and connect posting approvals. You can also apply customized approval processes to individual learning objects in the course catalog. On the general screen, enter the number of approvals required in the Required Training Approvals box. Setting the number of required training approvals for an individual learning object overrides the number of required training approvals in the user records, unless the required approvals on the user record is set to 0. You can also adjust the number of approvals that are needed for the learning object to be marked complete. Entering a value means the learning object will require completion approval for all users who complete the training using the normal workflow process. The Approval Workflow tab provides flexibility around defining unique approval workflows for various organization units. For example, all of the users in the Executive Leader Team group can have one approval workflow. While the remainder of the users in the organization have another workflow. The rank boxes let you set the order of the rules. Initially, rules are set in the order they're added, but you can edit the rank by entering a different number in the box. The numbers in the rank do not need to be consecutive. The rank order is important for users that meet the criteria for multiple OUs. The approval workflow rule with the highest rank is applied first. The effective period is the date and time that the rule is effective for the OU. The start date defaults to the current date and time at which the OU criterion was added to the table. If an end date is not entered, the approval workflow will remain in effect as long as the OU is active or until the rule is deleted. Next, set the approval workflow you want to apply to this learning object. Click Save to apply the new workflows to the learning object. As an administrator, you might find yourself needing to troubleshoot issues with learning object approvals. There are a few areas of your system that can impact the approval process. Default Approval Workflow Template, Default Approval Requirements by Division, User Record Settings, Course Catalog Approval, Learning Assignment Tool, Curriculum Structures, and absent or inactive managers. Approval workflows play a major role in your organization's system. It's imperative that you not only understand the impacts that they can have on users, but that the complexity of the workflows align with your organization's learning needs.